Okay, so the purpose of the Blur Report channel is basically to get our voice out there. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on in the world and nobody's really saying much. So I felt it was necessary to give the public, the people, a voice. I mean, we have a right, and not just that, it's to take a stand against the things and the foul practices that we've already brought up ourselves and brought against ourselves. I felt it was only right, though, with the first video to get in parental control or unfit parenting, because, I mean, that's the root of the issue. That's where it starts. It starts at home. And there's a lot of y'all out there that's really practicing bad parenting, but you just don't know it. But that's not for me to, it's not for me to put out there. To highlight this issue a little bit better, though, I bring to you the story of a friend of mine. He's actually seen both sides of the spectrum on, unfit parenting, and he didn't want to get on here himself and give the issue or give the story in full. So he chose for me to do it. I hope you guys enjoy. It's the Blur Report. Growing up for me, I can't say it was much different from anybody else. I mean, I done had my dad in my life. He was married when they conceived me, and I guess that was his reason for not being around. And he came back probably about when I was 16. We met. Up until then, my mom would always tell me, like, hey, you so much like your daddy voice, it's scary. I'm like, not at all. I don't believe that. But whatever, to each his own. So when we finally met, I could see some of the things that she was talking about, but I wouldn't believe majority of it, because I would never do that. I'm not selfish like that. Like, if I got a kid, I'm gonna take care of it. Man, I could say it was the nurturing of my environment that I was in that led me on the course that I went along. Like, I lost my virginity at 13. And after that, I slow grooved, through high school was kind of fun, but didn't do too much. I had some good memories though. And then afterwards though, it was crazy. And I had a ball, man. I had probably about a 10-year run at it. I thought I was doing myself justice. Like, I didn't want nothing much. I just wanted a good time. And, I tell whatever story I had to tell just to get that done, But whatever. That all came to a head though one day, man. It was crazy because I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't expecting it, but I knew it was happening. It was October 2013. My sister had just had one of her annual events, and man, we left that, went to a couple after parties, and I done had a couple to drink. I'm full at the time, and I probably done pulled on one. So, I'm trying to cap that night, and it's probably about 4 a.m, respectfully, and anybody that I would usually go to, I'm sure they would sleep. They wasn't having it. At 4 a.m, you trying to hit me up, not going down. So I had to dig deep. Like, let me go to that old faithful, hit her up, set the play in action, and then went on from there. Now, in the course of this, I didn't take no rubber. I'm not even thinking about nothing but getting this nut off. So it happened, man, and, I didn't have that same feeling like when I left this one. Like, this one kind of stuck with me. It was different. Like, I kind of knew that I had a kid with this woman, you know what I mean? Intuition kicked in like that. But, I was like, nah, don't let me think nothing to existence. I don't even want to speak about this. So I did what I felt like was the right thing to do. I ignored her calls, of course, and text messages too. They was all offerings to come relive that act. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going back down that lane with you. She hit me up 2 months later, and this one I couldn't avoid. After the call, I received a message that if any man that know what I'm talking about, you don't want this message from that type of woman. We need to talk. But whatever, I got it together. I called her. I was like, yo, is this something that we need to talk about over the phone, or, you want to see me in person? She's like, I think it'd be better if you come over. So I get up out of bed, I ain't washed no ass. I didn't brush no teeth. Still had a little crust in my eyes. Because I'm like, man, this got to be a dream. I hope I'm dreaming. I want to wake up soon. Now, when I got there, that's when reality really set in, man, because she opens the door and she got this, like, smile, this, like, grin on her face, like, yeah, nigga, I just bagged you. So I make my way to the couch, and as I'm getting to the couch, her friend is sitting on the other one, and she like, yeah, she's smiling at me. Like. So I sit down, I'm like, man, you know what? Let's get this over with. What's up? What you got to talk to me about? Tell me what's going on. Like, well, I'm 2 months late, and I went to the doctor, and they told me I'm pregnant. Automatically, it was like, man, as long as you allow me to, I'll be there. But understand that I do not want to be with you. You know what I mean? Like, we never even got down like that, so let's not even pretend, I don't want to confuse you or confuse the situation. She understood. Got it together. I was like, all right, it's time for me to go. But before I get up to leave, she sent me back down. She's like, well, I got something else that I need to tell you. Like, what else could you possibly say that fuck my day up anymore? You know? So, it's a chance it could be somebody else's. But it's only a 5% chance. I don't know where the fuck she got this mad from. But that kind of took a lot of the heat off of, you know what I mean, what I was thinking at that time. So I laughed, I chuckled, I was like, well, I don't know how you came to that conclusion, but, you know, this is what I'm going to do. When I get a DNA, you know, I would be around if he's mine, but up until then, I can't even play that role because it wouldn't be right. And time goes by, you know, the next 7 months was kind of iffy. I can't say that, you know what I mean, she wasn't really a headache. She was because, you know, at this time, I had a situation that I was actually picking up in. He gets here, I get the state involved. And I remember most definitely hearing from that lady that it would be 2 to 3 months before I got my results back, you know. I got them things back the next week. Now I got a scene, you know what I mean? I dropped everything I was doing. I called her back. I was like, hey, can I just come over even if it's for a little bit just to see him, you know, enjoy some of his time? Yeah, that's cool. You know what I mean? I got somewhere I got to be, but, you know, you got 15 minutes. Ooh, that's all I need. I just really wanted, you know, one, just to see him and hold him for a little bit. Tearing thing. Get my brother, so, you know, just in case anything else happens, you know what I mean? He's my backup. He can kind of vouch for my story. We get over there, man, and as soon as I get to the door, she opens it, but she has this, like, look on her face like she's disgusted, like, almost as if she's mad about something. I disregard, like, whatever, I'm not dealing with you. Where's my son at? I make my way to the couch. He's sitting there, you know, he looks spaced out. I pick him up, man, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, like, same hairline, you know what I mean? You look like me. You check the pamper. Oh, yeah, that's my little boy. It was intoxicating because it was like a little me, like somebody that's going to love me regardless of who I am. You know what I mean? As long as I'm good to him, he's going to always love me. So I was like, yo. But once that trance, like, wore off, I noticed out my side view, like, she's pacing. Tearing things up. Slamming bags, breathing hard. I'm like, man, what's up? Like, what's the issue? Niggas fuck me up. So I'm like, you know, you got your babies right here. There's no need to do this in front of them. First off, you should have a little bit more respect for that. But, you know, I'm not about to do this right now. Like, you know, it's my first day even knowing that he was mine. Like, I just want to be around him, honestly. Is there going to be a time where I can get him and I don't have to deal with you? And I think that was probably the wrong thing to say because it set her off. I goes crazy for mine. I goes crazy for mine. All right, well, whatever. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my little boy, and he's like, where you been? Like, you don't even know what's going on the other end. He just like, where you been? Like, you know, you ain't been around, and I know you. You know what I mean? So what's up? And it was then that, like, man, it all made sense. Like, yo, I am like Pop. Because out of my selfish actions, I had a son into a situation that he didn't deserve, and he won't benefit from having me out of spite of somebody else's anger. You know? Alright, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope the video wasn't too wordy or too long, didn't bore you at all. If you like it, you know, hit the like button. If you got a comment, if you got something you want to share, share it. If you've been through it, you see an issue or some similarity to an issue that you've been through, leave a comment on my post. You know what I mean? Hopefully I get back to you. Again, thank you for your views. Lower report.